Hi, my name is Yan. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm a little artist and student living in Leaf Rapids, Manitoba, Canada. I'm currently going back to school to become a teacher. In my spare time, I like to make art, draw, create and edit videos, and run my little art shop. In this video, I wanted to share how I create my stickers and prints, especially as an artist that lives in a small remote community with limited access to supplies. Shipping costs can get pretty high. Sometimes companies don't ship to PO boxes. So for me, I wanted to focus on products that I could make at home in my little studio. And most of what I know is from doing Google searches, watching a bunch of YouTube videos, and trial and error. So I currently sell prints and stickers. Stickers are the only thing that I get printed from a company. Right now I am using Sticker app, and they have a really nice in-website design space where you can upload your artwork. And they have a bunch of different options on what you could get printed. There's a bunch of other websites too that print stickers. So now I'll get into how I make my prints at home. The printer I use is a Epson ET 4760. For some reason, I tried looking online and it seems to be sold out, but there are other models of EcoTanks that are super similar. I highly recommend using a printer like this. It has a refill system instead of using cartridges, which is great for the environment. And the colors are really good. I don't need to refill it often. Based on what I've printed in the past 3 years, including my schoolwork, I've only needed to refill this printer 3 times. There are some limitations to it though, as the largest prints I can make are 8.5 by 11, so I can't really make posters, like large posters, and it prints kind of slow depending on the quality of your prints. For my prints of traditional mediums, so for things that I've painted, for smaller pieces, I use the printer scanner, and it scans at really great qualities. I use the Epson Scan 2 app on my computer to kind of like adjust the quality or see like a preview of what I'm scanning. The only thing I really change in the app is the resolution and the image format, but because I use it often, they pretty much stay the same. For resolution, I choose a 300 dpi. That's like the minimum required. Anything lower, I find it looks more pixelated and not as nice. And the image format I choose is always PNG when I'm printing. Then I'll export it to Affinity Designer. You can choose any editing software. I used to use Microsoft Word when I first started out, and that worked fine as well. I just like the additional options that Affinity Designer has. Here I'm just cropping the photo so that it removes the scanner marks. For canvas pieces, like larger pieces that I can't fit in the scanner, like this one, this is just a flat panel canvas. I'll put it on my easel. So I'm just gonna pretend I'm the easel because I don't want to set that up right now. I try to use daylight lighting, like natural sunlight, as much as possible. And then I'll just use this camera to take a picture of it. I don't like using my phone because it's just like not that good of a quality. And I feel like when I use artificial lighting, it doesn't show my piece the way that I'd like it to. And then I'll just upload that photo to my computer again, use Affinity Designer to maybe brighten it up a little bit or edit it however I need, and then print from there. I'll always make a test print of my traditional mediums. because I don't know what the science is behind it, but when you paint something or when you draw something in real life and scan it into a computer and then get it to print, the colors are always off. So there's always some adjusting that you need to do with the colors. I also recommend putting as many test prints on one page as possible, so that you don't need to use and waste a bunch of paper. And then I'll just write on a sticky note what needs adjusting or what needs fixing. I'll adjust the colors using the printer properties. Something that's useful is learning about CMYK adjusters. So for example, some of my landscapes tend to print more blue than I want. They have a blue tint. And so to fix that, I'll adjust the cyan quantity. If your print has more of like a reddish hue than normal and you want to fix that, then you would be adjusting the magenta adjuster. I'm going to be test printing this piece and opening my printer properties. I already have a preset, but I just want to show you how I adjusted the CMYK values. This will differ depending on what kind of printer you'll be using, but for the Epson printers, I just go into more options and into the color correction area, and I've changed the cyan values to -20. It's the first time that I printed it, it came out really, really blue. For my prints of digital mediums, it's a much easier process because I don't really have to color adjust. For anything that I create digitally or on my iPad, I'll just export it as a PNG, and then I will open it in Affinity Designer and print from there. The paper that I usually use is the HP Professional Business paper. Minimum 48 pounds. I also have this Staples Ultra Premium photo paper that works just as well. It's a bit thicker. Here's my floppy test. So I'm using the HP Professional paper mostly, and I actually get that directly from their website. I was able to get a few packages with free shipping, which is a plus. So that's how I print my, that's how I make my art prints. I'm very low maintenance at the moment because, like, yeah. So I just use this to cut everything. Then finally, I think mailing. When I first started wanting to sell my art online, which is about like 3 years ago, I bought like this huge wholesale quantity of mailers. I chose to get paper bags. These are, I think, more environmentally friendly. You can reuse them, but then you can also compost them, you can recycle them. And so I have one for like this size for mini prints, and I have one for like this size, which is for larger prints, and then I'll fold these to fit in here. For my mailers, I have 2 sizes generally. This 8.5 by 11, I think it's 9 by 12, but yeah, just to keep things flat. I also have a smaller size, and they just like, yeah. I got these from Staples. I ordered them off like Staples online. At the time they were mailing these out to PO boxes, but I think they changed that. So that is the end of this video. I hope it was helpful or gave some background as to how I print, make, and ship things. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments. I'll try to answer them the best I can. See you in the next video.